Akai just released an $899 sampler with 2 GB of RAM. You know what time it is? It's not year 2024. It's time to replicate it for free. Hey, welcome to this episode of Gas Therapy. I'm Michael. I share my knowledge of musical gear solutions which are cheaper and better, in my opinion. Let's start therapy. Akai just released their new keyboard sample player, MPC Key 37, which of course took up my YouTube feed until this day. But after digging into the specs of this device, I found it's almost exactly the same with the MPC one. And sadly, it's not the new one Plus, but the old one. It still got the same SD card slot, still got no battery packed in, still got no onboard speaker. And most importantly, it still got its classic 2 GB of RAM in 2024, which I believe is pretty hard to find nowadays, except Akai's warehouse, of course. But this time, the main difference is they added a 37-key MIDI keyboard onto this MPC one, which can be pretty convenient for keyboard players if you are not serious about keyboard playing. But I already have multiple keyboards on hand. And ironically, although I have this 49-key MIDI keyboard, but I never use it. I always imagine that I can play super complex chords on it with both of my hands, but it never happened. It's just my imagination. I think you can totally tell that I haven't unpacked it since I moved here for months. I just never use it. Instead, I always come to this super slim one, which only has 25 keys on it. Because obviously, I just do everything on my dinner table, and this one saves me a lot of living space. But you might ask, how can you replicate a 37-key beat machine with just a 25-key MIDI keyboard? God, please, not Koala Sampler again. I know it's free for both Mac and PC and also available for Android and iOS, but come on. I don't like touch screen, except the ones in the shoebox. I want the tactile feeling of an hardware. Well, firstly, I'm sorry, it's Koala Sampler again. But this time, you want tactile feeling. I give you tactile feeling. So today I'm using my old trusty MacBook Air 2014 from 10 years ago, which has 4 GB of RAM, doubled from the MPC Key 37. And it also got an SD card slot. But since I already upgraded into 2 TB of SSD storage, I think we can just leave this slot empty. First, let's unlock another octave keyboard from this 25-key one. If you navigate to Koala's sequence page, which you can use Tab key on your QWERTY keyboard, you will find the keyboard mode button. Press it, then choose any pad with sample loaded. Then it will toggle the 16-level function, just like how MPC works. And now you can play the sample chromatically with your MIDI keyboard. But here comes my secret tip. When you're in keyboard mode, you can actually play the sample with your QWERTY keyboard chromatically. You will get 1 octave plus a 4th key range, purely from your QWERTY keyboard. And just with this trick, it will turn your 25 key into 37 key. You can use Z and X button to navigate between different octaves. And if you combine QWERTY keyboard and your MIDI keyboard wisely, you can even get more than 37 keys. Because you can totally choose different octaves for these 2 devices, so you can spread your chord even further. And I don't think you can get this level of freedom from a 37-key MIDI keyboard. Now hear me out. This is not the only pro using QWERTY keyboard with your Koala, because the QWERTY keyboard will also bring you the tactile workflow you've always dreamed of. First, Koala allows you to trigger 16 pads with QWERTY keyboard. And then you can also switch sequences on it. The button Y, U, I, O, and H, J, K, L are representing 8 sequences on screen. If you're in sequence and the perform page, you can hit spacebar to trigger sequence playing and then use these buttons to switch sequences. Super convenient. And that's not all. The Korg Keyboard workflow extends to a lot of scenarios. You can hit plus and minus to adjust the sequence bar length, hit 0 to trigger recording on and off, press B to mute pad, press N to solo pad. And just with these combinations, you will get almost all the commonly used MPC tricks in a tactile way. And they unlocked me a lot of joy while using Koala Sampler. So my personal solution for replicating the MPC Key 37 is combining the QWERTY keyboard and the MIDI keyboard. The QWERTY one is used to unlock the tactile workflow, and the MIDI one is for dynamic note input. I can play both melodic ones and the percussive ones. I just finger drumming with my 25-key MIDI keyboard. And I also share my finger drumming tutorial on my Patreon. There are around 70 technique explanation and play-along material videos out there, just to make sure you can get the same skill like me. And you can also download the Koala demo project on my Patreon, link in the description. Some might say, Michael, your laptop, your MIDI keyboard, they're not free to me. This is just another clickbait video, as always. Well, sorry, yeah, but don't you own multiple laptops and MIDI keyboards already? If you do, then you can totally unlock your free MPC Key 37, just like me. But if you don't, then why do you even think you need this MPC Key 37? That's it for today's therapy. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And see you in the next one. Peace.